Welcome back to the Crochet Crowdsource, my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today is the study of the journey. This is week number 1. As we begin, this is from my book. This is a paid pattern, but I will be taking you through the instructions verbally here. We have written instructions as well as crochet diagrams that I will not show you here on camera, but please support us by purchasing our book if you'd like to follow along. What we have here is on page 47 our pattern begins. We had a few errors in the stitch work itself, and if you go to the more informational link of this video you will find what those errors are if you follow that back as well as more information on this particular book. So I am using Peyton's inspired yarn today as my example, and it's the same one as in the book, and I'm using a 6.5mm size K. In this particular series there's already been a gauge check if you'd like to check that. I used a medium weight number 4 for the prototype as well, just to make sure that I had 2 options, and you'll find that in the more information of this video. Throughout this particular one I am just going to be randomly changing the colors. If you'd like to follow the colors exactly as written in the book, you can get the book in order to be able to determine what those are. And without further ado, we're going to get ourselves started right away, and we're going to begin the study of the journey. Let's begin by creating a slip knot and insert your hook, and please chain a total of 3. So 1, 2, and 3. In the third chain from the hook I need you to place in 12 double crochets into that chain, and then that will complete the entire round. So let's count those out together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So before you move on, make sure that you do verify that count. Do not include that skipping chains that you counted. So make sure you start with the first double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I need you to slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet to conclude that round. And let's move along to round number 2. In round number 2 you're going to chain up 1, and each of the 12 stitches you're going to apply 2 single crochets in each. So please do that all the way around, and this will conclude round number 2. So 2 single crochets in each stitch around. I'll see you at the end of number 2. When you get all the way around I need you to slip stitch it to the top of the first single crochet. I'm only going to show you one time of changing yarn in this whole series, which will be now. So if you want to change your colors you can do so at any time that you feel like you want to. And you just want to trim it long enough so that you can get that through a tapestry needle to have the best results. Just pull through and turn it over to the back side and put that into a tapestry needle so that you can hide it in. So don't be cheap with the details as far as like just weaving it in with your hook. It will fall out eventually. So if you just drag it through the stitch work, make sure that this needle does not appear on the front side. If it does, it means that you've gone too deep. And I want you to take any loose ends that you will have in this blanket and just run it through the stitch work a total of 3 times back and forth. And once you've done that it should be secured for life, and then you can just safely trim it down to the projects. And you'll want to do that with your starting one as well, and then we're gonna move on to round number 3 in a moment. Now because this is my own design, one thing I like to do is that I always like to change where the slip stitching is, because it always seems obvious when you have a whole line going through a whole blanket. So one of the things that I like to do is just change the location of where I start and stop, except for when it comes to a square of course, but within the circle this is what I like to do. So you can pick any one of those. Just remember that when you did a slip stitch it appears as an extra stitch, so just make sure that you do not include that as part of your stitch count. So I'm going to do a standing single crochet, so I'm just gonna put it in and pull through, and then you'll have 2 loops, and then you're going to just pull through the 2. That's a standing single crochet, and it allows it to look more better. I need you to single crochet the very next one and then chain 2, 1 and 2. Skip the next stitch and do a single crochet in the next 2. So we have 1 and 2, and then chain 2, And see, this is where the slip stitch is. So that looks like it's a stitch, it's not. So when I go to skip the stitch, I'm actually skipping this one right here that I'm pointing at too. And then you're just gonna skip the one and single crochet the next two, chain two, skipping one and doing the next two, and we're doing this all the way around. So chain two, skipping one, going in the next two, chain two, skipping one, chain two, skip one, chain two, skip one, and single crochet the next two, and that should leave you with an empty one that's left. And so chain two to get to the first. So we need to count the number of these spaces that we have. So count the chain two spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if you have 8, you're in the right spot. So let's begin, and we're going to move on now to round number 4. So in round number 4, what we're going to do is that if you did fasten off, you're going to start off in a chain two space. If you're not fastening off like I didn't, then I want to get there. So in order to get there, I need to slip stitch over. Okay, so I'm gonna slip stitch over there first, and then that's where you're gonna pick up if you're starting a new color. So you're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and in the same chain 2 space I need you to put in 4 more double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So with the chain 3 and then these 4, that gives you a total of 5. So in each one of the chain 2 spaces, please, I need you to put in 5 double crochet, and that's where I'm gonna pick you up at the end of this round. This is round number 4. At the end of number 4, you're just going to slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3, and in my case I'm gonna get rid of this color and move on to round number 5. So do what you need to do, and I'll be back in just a moment. So let's begin number 5. I'm creating a slip knot because I'm going to do a standing single crochet, and I'm going to do a standing single crochet on the first one of a grouping of 5. Again, I'm kind of moving out of the way of the slip stitch so that it continues to change location. So the first one here, you're going to apply into the first double crochet of the grouping of 5 and do a standing single crochet. I need you then to single crochet the next 4 in a row. So each one of these 5 double crochets in a group each get a single crochet. So now what you're going to do is a front post treble around these 2 posts, putting them together. So when you do that, you're gonna wrap the hook twice and coming around the post. So going in to the side and out. So you're grabbing, so making sure 2 stay on top, grab the yarn, pull through, and then pull through 2, 2, and 2, and that will take you all the way back to the top of that. Starting at the next double crochet that's available to you in the next grouping of 5, you'll do the next 5 in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're gonna jump on down with the front post treble again. So wrap twice, going around the 2 down there, pull through 2, 2, and 2, and I need you to do that all the way around, and this is round number 5. As you're coming around the end of number 5, you're just doing the last double crochets that you have there. There are singles and the doubles, but you have to make sure that you finish with the front post treble to conclude the round. I mean, I'm gonna get rid of this color. Make sure you slip stitch it to the top of the first single crochet, and if you're carrying on the color, great, and if not, you can end the color now and continue to round number 6. Before I change the color, in the original I did not change the color, and I just chained 1 from the spot, and then I did the front post the front post double crochet around this piece. Because I am changing color, I am still going to start off in that same stitch, but that will be the difference. So you just want to carry on with the same color if you want to, or change it if you would like to as well. So it's your call, and let's continue to round number 6, and sorry about my delay for a second. So let's begin, and we're gonna do round number 6. So as I mentioned, you'd be starting here, chaining up 1 and doing what I'm about to do, but I am starting a new color. So I'm coming into the first single crochet, and I'm going to just attach it and then chain 1. So now that I've chained one, I'm gonna do a front post double around this front post treble. So wrap the hook once and going in, pull through 2 and 2. So this one here will count as the stitch it's sitting in front of. In this case, that's where the chain one is coming out of. So you'll want to single crochet the next one after it, chain 2, skip the next stitch and single crochet the one after that. Now I want you to visualize these in a set of 3. So you have 1, the second one is this top of this, and then the third one. So the first one is going to be a front post double. The one immediately on top is going to have 2 single crochets, and then this one here will be another front post double around the same post. So you're using that post twice if you think about it. So if that counts as the one that's sitting in front of you, you're going to skip it and single crochet the next, chain 2, skip the next one, single crochet the next, and then you have your grouping of 3 again, remember. So you'll do a front post double, and then in the top of this one here, just peel it back out of the way if you don't see it, 2 single crochet, and then the next one here is a front post double. And I need you to continue to do that all the way around. This is round number 6. When you finish around 6, I've just skipped my 1, I've got my chain 2, I skipped my 1, I got my single here, so it's just this stitch left here, so it's a front post double, and you're going to finish with the top of this one here of putting 2 single crochets into the same stitch, and then you're going to join it with a slip stitch to the first front post double that you did, and that will conclude off number 6 just like that. So you can either change your yarn or keep it as is, and we're going to continue to round number 7 in a moment. So round number 7, where I am, I'm going to just chain 1, and I am going to apply 1 single crochet in each of the stitches going all the way around, and when you hit a chain 2 space, which I'm about to do, there will be 2 single crochets in that same space. Okay, so just 1 single crochet in each of the stitches, and then 2 single crochets in each of the chain 2 spaces, and you'll do that all the way around for round number 7. I'll be back in just a moment. So I'm coming all the way back around, and something that you can think about for round number 7, or sorry, round number 8. 8 almost looks like it could be like leaves of or stems of a flower, so you may want to consider the color just in case that means something to you. As you come all the way around, you are going to slip stitch to the top of the first single crochet, and that will conclude then round number 7. Please move on now to round number 8. As we begin number 8, you're going to notice is that we've been working in sections of 8 at this point. Next round is going to take us and divide us into 16 points instead of 8. So it doesn't really matter where you start at this point, to my point of view. I designed it, that's what I'm telling you. So you can just pick any stitch that you would like to go for. So I'm just gonna look for the middle and see the 2 singles that were in the middle here. I'm just gonna pick there. You can choose anywhere that's good for you. So just join it, and I need you to chain a total of 6. So we have 1, 2, 3. That's gonna be a double crochet, and then 4, 5, and 6. This will be a chain 3 space. And in the very next single crochet, I need you to place in 1 double crochet. So here's gonna be the repeat pattern. This is a nice quick round for you. So what we have to do is we have to skip total 2 stitches, so 1 and 2, and that's where you're going to double crochet, and then you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and in the next single crochet you'll double crochet. So they're gonna look like V stitches. Okay, so let's review again. So skipping 2 and double crochet in the next, chain 3, and then double crochet in the very next one after that. And I need you to do that all the way around, and this is round number 8. I'm coming around to number 8. I have my last double crochet in, so I would be skipping 2 if I was doing another one, but I'm done. So I'm just going to slip stitch to the 3rd chain up of the beginning chain 6. I've already done it, but make sure that you have only 16 of these. So just see 1, 2, 3, and etc. And I'm going to fasten off my yarn and get ready for round number 9. Let's begin number 9. So what I need you to do is look for the chain 3 space, so not these ones but just right here because there's no space there. And so it can be any one that you would like to choose, and just going in and attaching it. And if you would like to do a standing single crochet, it's even better. So it says to attach at chain 1 and then single crochet. So if you do a standing single crochet you can avoid that. Now I need you to apply 1/2 double crochet into the same one, like the same space, then a double crochet, and now a chain 1, and now I need you to get smaller in stitch height again. So we're gonna do a double crochet first, and then a 1/2, and then a single. So it's gonna look like a petal. That's why I wanted to do green underneath. But before I continue on to the next one, I need to reach over there, so I need to chain 1 before I can do that, and then come right over to the space and begin. So it'll be a single, a 1/2, a double, and then a chain 1, and then we're gonna start going down. So it's gonna be a double and a 1/2 and a single, and before we can move on you have to chain 1 and begin again. So I need you to do all these chain 3 spaces. There will be a total of 16 of these all the way around, and I'll be back in just a moment. So I'm coming all the way back around. Don't forget to chain 1 after you completed the last chain 3 space, and that's where you're going to join it to the beginning. So you do need to fasten off no matter where you are at this point, and you're going to start, and we're gonna start with round number 10 in a moment. So choose a color that you would like to work with. Let's begin number 10. This is the final of today's video. So you're just gonna start off, and you can start off with the standing single crochet in the top. If you don't like that, then you can just do attach chain 1 single, but it will look better if you do a standing single. So go right into the space in between a tip of a petal and do a standing single, and then you just need to chain a total of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then come to the next chain of the next petal and single crochet, and then 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next tip, and I need you to do that all the way around for round number 10. I'll be back in just a moment. So once you come all the way back around, I've chained my 5. I'm going to slip stitch into the beginning, and that's where I'm gonna hold for today. So this is going to be the end of number 10. Now you'll notice that it's kind of folding in a little bit. Don't worry about it. It will relax on its way out, and next time I see you we'll continue with the next rounds of 11 through 19. So this is where we'll hold today, and I'll see you again next time for the study of the journey. Bye bye.